What happens to a single bite of food after it disappears from view? It does not simply vanish. It begins a journey through a living landscape. Imagine one mouthful containing carbohydrates, proteins, fats, water, minerals, and countless molecules shaped by sunlight, soil, and time. The first transformation begins before the bite even reaches the mouth. Sight and smell can activate the digestive system. Saliva begins to flow. The stomach prepares. Signals move through the body, announcing that fuel is on its way. Then the bite enters the mouth. Teeth do more than cut and crush. They reduce food into smaller particles, increasing its surface area so chemical reactions can reach more of it. The tongue moves the fragments, mixes them with saliva, and gathers them into a soft mass called a bolus. Saliva is not just moisture. It contains enzymes that begin breaking certain starches into smaller sugars. And then comes a moment that seems ordinary, but is remarkably precise: swallowing. The tongue presses the bolus backward. A coordinated sequence of muscles takes control. The airway closes briefly while the bolus enters the esophagus, the muscular passage leading toward the stomach. There's no simple drop through an empty tube. Waves of contraction squeeze the food forward. This rhythmic motion can move material even when the body is not upright. Within seconds, the bolus reaches the lower esophagus. A muscular gateway opens, and food enters the stomach. Here, the environment changes dramatically. The stomach is a flexible chamber with a powerful muscular wall. It stretches to receive the meal, then begins to knead it. Waves of contraction fold and churn the contents. That fluid is highly acidic. Its acidity helps unfold proteins and activates enzymes that cut them into smaller fragments. It also creates an environment that limits the survival of many microbes swallowed with food. But why does the stomach not digest itself? Its inner surface is protected by mucus, chemical defenses, and tightly connected cells. This barrier must be renewed continually. The stomach is a guarded chemical reactor, balancing powerful digestive forces against the tissue that contains them. As the meal is mixed, solid pieces become a thick fluid called chyme. The stomach does not empty all at once. Small amounts pass through the pyloric sphincter into the small intestine. This is where the journey becomes even more intricate. The small intestine is several meters long. Its true absorbing surface is far larger than its length suggests, covered in folds, villi, and microscopic microvilli. Together, these structures bring digested molecules close to the circulation. Before absorption can begin, the chyme must be carefully processed. The pancreas releases bicarbonate to neutralize stomach acid, along with enzymes that break carbohydrates, proteins, and fats apart. The liver contributes bile, delivered through the gallbladder when needed. Bile does not digest fat like an enzyme. It breaks large fat droplets into much smaller ones. This gives fat-digesting enzymes more surface area to work on. A meal that began as one bite is now becoming a collection of separate molecular possibilities. Starches become simple sugars. Proteins become amino acids and small peptides. Fats become fatty acids and other components. Vitamins, minerals, and water follow their own paths, depending on their chemistry. The small intestine is not a passive pipe. Its cells choose what to absorb, how quickly, and where to send it. Some molecules enter tiny blood vessels. Many products of fat digestion enter the lymphatic system first. The lymph eventually returns them to the bloodstream. What enters the intestine does not automatically enter the body unchanged. The intestinal lining allows useful materials through, restricts many harmful substances, and works alongside immune cells. In the large intestine, trillions of microorganisms feed on fibers human enzymes cannot fully digest. In return, They produce molecules that influence the intestinal lining, the immune system, and the body's chemistry. Most nutrients travel from the intestine through veins leading directly to the liver. This is hepatic portal circulation. Newly absorbed nutrients do not immediately flow everywhere. They make a first stop at a great chemical processing center. The liver sorts, modifies, stores, releases, or transforms incoming molecules. Glucose may be used immediately or joined into glycogen for short-term storage. Amino acids may build proteins. Fatty acids can be processed, packaged, or used in energy-related pathways. The liver also regulates the composition of blood, produces bile, stores certain vitamins and minerals, and manages chemical traffic. This is why the same meal can affect different people in different ways. Nutrients respond to the body's current needs, hormone signals, recent activity, and available stores. After passing through the liver, nutrients enter the wider circulation. Red blood cells transport oxygen. Plasma carries dissolved substances. Specialized particles transport fats. Hormones send instructions that help tissues decide whether to use, store, or release fuel. A rise in blood glucose signals the pancreas to release insulin. Insulin helps many cells take in glucose and tells the body that energy is arriving. Now the journey reaches its smallest scale, inside a muscle cell, a brain cell, or a cell in the heart. Here, nutrients meet a vast network of molecular machinery. Glucose is broken down through a sequence of reactions. Fatty acids can enter another pathway and yield even more chemical energy. Much of this work takes place in mitochondria, structures surrounded by membranes inside many cells. They use electrons from nutrient breakdown to help create a molecule called ADP. ADP is usable chemical currency. Cells spend it to contract muscles, transmit nerve signals, build proteins, and maintain membranes. The oxygen we breathe makes this process far more efficient. Oxygen accepts electrons at the end of the mitochondrial chain. With every breath, the respiratory system supplies oxygen. With every heartbeat, circulation delivers it alongside nutrients. Food and oxygen meet inside cells through countless controlled reactions unfolding every second. A portion of the original bite may become movement. Another may repair tissue, produce hormones, build enzymes, or support the brain. Some energy is released as heat. Some nutrients are stored for a later hour, a later day, or a future demand. And what cannot be absorbed continues onward. In the large intestine, water and electrolytes are reclaimed while microbial communities continue their work. What remains is gradually concentrated and eventually eliminated. By then, the original bite has been divided among many futures. Some molecules have entered cells, some have been stored, and some have left the body. The body does not seek to preserve the meal. It transforms it. A plant captured energy from sunlight. An animal may have consumed the plant. A person takes in the meal. The digestive system dismantles it, circulation distributes it, the liver directs it, and cells convert its potential into work. Beneath every quiet moment, an immense choreography is underway. Muscles pushing, enzymes cutting, barriers selecting, and vessels transporting. The next time a meal seems ordinary, consider what it becomes. Not just taste or fullness, a signal, a building block, a heartbeat, a thought. One bite enters the body as food, but leaves its mark as life in action. And somewhere, even now, the transformation continues, quietly, precisely, and within you.